welcome to Season 2 of Dyslexia Canada podcast, sharing stories, book reviews by kids for kids. Each episode, the show will be hosted by someone new, and we will also be joined by different guests. If you love books and reading, you're in the right place. Now, on with the show.
So hello, welcome back to another episode of Sharing Stories podcast. I'm Anna, today's host for the show. I'm the communications manager at Dyslexia Canada, and I'm very happy to be joined on this podcast by Henry and Eva. You would have heard them on the podcast before on other episodes, but they're back today for a bit of a special episode, which we'll reveal more later on. Henry and Eva are now young ambassadors for Dyslexia Canada, so we're very, very excited to have them here today. Henry, would you like to do a quick introduction so you can recap our audience members of who you are, where you're from, how old you are, and things like that?
Okay. So my name is Henry, and I'm 11, and I'm in Ontario, and yeah.
Perfect, that's great. And Eva, do you want to introduce yourself as well?
I'm Eva, I'm 11 years old and I live in New Brunswick.
Perfect, thank you both. And my first question for you today is, what have you been reading lately? So if we start with you, Henry, what have you been reading either in school or at home?
I have been reading the Choose Your Own Adventure books and Calvin and Hobbes.
Nice. Can you tell us a bit about them?
Well, the Choose Your Own Adventure books are pretty cool, but mostly deathfold, because like you can die if you choose, oh, let's do this, but then you can die. Calvin and Hobbes is just fun to read. There's not too many words usually, and there's very funny jokes. I love the wagon ride. Yeah.
Nice. They sound really fun. That's cool. What about you, Eva? What have you been reading lately?
Oh, well, I've been reading The Westing Games, Out of My Mind, and Fish in a Tree, and The Boy Called Christmas. The Westing Game is basically a game where there's a select amount of people that are going to play for Mr. Westing's fortune, basically, for the will.
Okay, that's cool. And it sounds like you're getting into the Christmas spirit already with your other book.
I read the Boy Called Christmas, but it's a really good book. They're also coming out with a movie, apparently.
That's cool.
And it's basically about... Actually, I'll save that one because of the movie.
Yeah, we don't want any spoilers. Have either of you been listening to any audiobooks or reading any graphic novels, or is it mostly chapter books?
Nah, I just go on Sora and look for the audiobooks that are good.
I love graphic novels, but I didn't do an audiobook. It was more of a mother audio book type thing. Yeah, that should be a thing. Like, it should be a word. Probably it is a thing, but it isn't a word. They should make a word for that. Like, yeah.
Like a Maudio book. Where your mom...
It's a Maudio book. There we go. That is good, Anna. That's good.
And so my next question for you both is, I'm keen to hear what has been your favorite book that you have read so far this year. So Eva, if we start with you, because your eyes went really wide when I asked you that question.
It's actually The Westing Games, even though I'm not done it, because I love mystery. I love trying to figure it out. Well, I'm reading the book. I love mystery books.
Nice. And do you think you have the ending figured out yet, or?
No, I'm only on chapter 4.
Oh, okay. So it's still a mystery.
But The Westing Games and Out of My Mind are my top 2 that I'm reading, and then obviously Fish in a Tree is up there too.
So you've got your top 3 books of 2021 there.
Yeah, I actually lended my Fish in a Tree book to my friend, and I keep forgetting to go get it back.
Oh, you'll definitely have to pick it back up so you can read it again in the future.
Yeah, you know what? My Fish in a Tree book has seen better days.
And what about you, Henry? What are your top 3 books, would you say, for 2021?
This one was a Maudio book. It was The Book of Boy, which was about this angel Well, at the beginning, everybody thought he was a hunchback, but then later they figured out that he was an angel. Well, like he figured out he thought he was a hunchback, but then he was an angel. So it was a pretty good book.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. And your mum read that to you, yeah?
Yeah, it was an audiobook. Yep.
And so do you have any books on your want to read list for the rest of the year? Have you got any books lined up that you're not currently reading that are next in line?
The Girl Called Christmas. This is the next one to The Boy Called Christmas, and I have it. So that's the next one I want to read.
Awesome.
I also have this one. It's Father Christmas, actually. It's the Father Christmas one, and that's the last one out of them all.
Oh, okay. Do you think you'll finish them by the end of the year?
No, we only usually read one per Christmas. So we've read The Boy Called Christmas last Christmas. So we'll read The Girl Who Saved Christmas, and then the Father Christmas and Me. Apparently, I forgot the and Me.
Oh, you think you'll read that one next Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's really cool. And do you read that as your family together?
Yeah, me, my mom, and sometimes my older brother.
Nice. That's really cool. And what about you, Henry? Do you have any books to read the rest of this year?
Yes, the one that I've been waiting for a long time. Amulet Book 9.
Book 9. Wow. So have you read all the ones leading up to this one?
Every single one.
Wow. That's really cool. How many are there in total?
9.
Oh.
Well, like right now there's 8, but then we just need that book 9.
So it's still waiting. You're still waiting for it to be released?
Yep.
Okay, so as I said at the start of this podcast, this is a bit of a special episode, and that's because we're recording it right now in the middle of October, which is Dyslexia Awareness Month, which is a really important month for Dyslexia Canada because we run our annual Market Red campaign. So our Market Red for Dyslexia campaign is now in its 4th year, and this year it's definitely bigger and better than ever, and we're all doing a great job of raising awareness of dyslexia. And our young ambassadors here, Henry and Eva, have both been doing lots of hard work to spread awareness of dyslexia. So with that being said, Henry, would you like to share what you've been doing for Market Red this October?
Yes, I have been working with my class for my whole entire school to have one day in October. Everybody wears red, and every person who wears a red shirt, $1 is donated. And then one of my friends, he made a coding game about dyslexia. So you get like different cards, and then in the game, it's like a video game. And when you jump on them, it gives you information about dyslexia. That's pretty neat. There's that same guy made a website.
Wow, that sounds really awesome. So you've got a big fundraiser happening, and then games to find out more information about dyslexia as well. That's really cool. And yep. If the listeners of this podcast head over to our social media, you've also done a couple of videos for us, one in English and one in French, to help people understand what Dyslexia Awareness Month is and directing them to our website. So thank you for doing those for us. And Eva, what about you? What have you been up to this October?
Well, where I live, it's like 2 little towns that are like connected. So I went to both the town halls, got my picture with both the mayors. I also went to our local fire station and got a picture, also with my little brother because it was his birthday the day we did it. So I got a picture with the firefighters with the truck all lit up red with all the lights on it. So I did that. I've talked to a few people about like what dyslexia is, like people who had questions for me, because like my school did Red Shirt Day on October 20th. Well, no, October 19th. That was my little brother's school, sorry. So, and then my name was on the announcement. So a few people asked me what is dyslexia? So also my school put out like one of the videos, I believe that was on Dyslexia Canada's website. They showed that, and that basically summed up like what why we were wearing red for our school. I also posted a video telling people to go visit marketred.org.
Wow, perfect. So you've both been very, very busy this month, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my next
Mhm.
question for you is, why do you think it's important to raise awareness of dyslexia? So I think I'll ask Henry first. What do you reckon?
I think it's good to tell people about dyslexia because it's a horrible feeling always thinking that you're missing something, that something isn't there. And it's like you always feel like everything is a competition, like you're bad at this, you're bad at this. But then still, dyslexia isn't, it causes you to have everything bad. You can do great art, and you're good at stuff too, and you're good at making people laugh, making people feel, understanding people a bit more. So I think it's good to share to people that dyslexia is a real thing.
Yes, definitely. Wow, that's really
Yeah,
beautiful. Thanks,
just
Henry. Yeah, really showing off dyslexia strengths and why it's important for people to recognize it and dispel those myths, I guess. And yeah, that's really cool. Thank you, Henry. And Eva, what do you think? Why do you think it's important to raise awareness of dyslexia?
Before I knew, I kind of got like teased at school for I can't read because I don't want anybody else to feel like that, like knowing that they don't want to share they have the disability. So just like teaching people about what it is, it will stop people from, if somebody can't like read something, they'll stop to think, oh wait, maybe they have this, but maybe they have dyslexia, but they don't know it. Also, I've met so many people who are like, dyslexia, oh, I think I know somebody who might have it, or I know somebody who has it, like, because they don't realize how common it is.
That's really great, Eva, that you're, wanting to help people with their situation if perhaps they have dyslexia and are still finding that out. So yeah, thank you both for sharing. And I wanted to ask, to kind of bring it back to books, if you could just pick one book that could help someone understand dyslexia. I think I think I know which one Eva's going to pick, but Eva, which one would you suggest?
Fish in a Tree. It's based on dyslexia. Why would I not say it? The whole book is basically based on that main character having dyslexia.
And what about you, Henry? Do you have a book, or perhaps if you didn't have a book, could you recommend something else to help people understand a bit about dyslexia?
I think they should just go to the Dyslexia Canada website because I don't know anything really else. Maybe books about celebrities that had dyslexia. A lot of them are from the past, though. Steven Spielberg and Leonardo da Vinci. Well, he's dead, and Albert Einstein. He was cut into like a bunch of pieces.
Hero.
But
I got one. Another
Winston
one.
Churchill.
Walt
Yeah,
Disney.
so there's a bunch. Oh yeah, Walt Disney.
A lot of people don't know that one.
I knew that one though.
My idol, he created Mickey Mouse. Also, I'm gonna say this: in Fish in a Tree, there's actually like a list of famous people who had dyslexia in the book.
There's definitely a lot of people out there that are very well known that have dyslexia, and we do have our celebrity ambassadors now as well, and we've got interviews coming up with them that are due to be released, so that's a very exciting opportunity for people to learn more about dyslexia as well. And then I just had one more question for you both, and because this episode is going to be released on Halloween, my question is kind of Halloween related, but that'll be the last day of our Market Red campaign. So can you share any ideas for our listeners of how they could join Market Red on Halloween and kind of combine dyslexia awareness and maybe some spooky outfits?
I was thinking, like, we put these lights up that we can change the colors. I think we should put those like red.
I also have an idea. This is like the theme of maybe people should hand out I don't know if this exists, but like maybe eyeball candies and brain candies. Because that kind of relates to dyslexia, right?
Kind
Or
of.
maybe you should, on the brain candy, if it comes in a packaging, draw with like a Crayola marker or something red, because when you have a brain scan, it can scan where your dyslexia is and stuff. So
They can also put like little like cards with like in each different like treat bag, if they do treat bags, like a little fact about dyslexia.
Yeah, these are all really great ideas. Thank you both. And do you have anything else that you would like to share with the listeners today?
I also have a little quote that one of I know somebody with dyslexia that I met that helped out with my school thing to like, because we also took pictures of three other students at my school with dyslexia and we put them in the hall. So also one of them made up this quote: dyslexia isn't a disability, dyslexia is a difference. It's a different ability.
Yeah, I really like that. That's really cool. What a great quote. Perfect. Well, thank you both for taking the time to join us again on the podcast and for all your hard work with Market Red as well. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your reading for the end of the year. And yeah, I'm sure we'll hear from you again soon. Perfect.
thank you for the amazing opportunity.
Thank you for tuning into this episode. If you want to find the books mentioned on this show, head over to our website at dyslexiacanada.org/sharing-stories-podcast. Please support this podcast by subscribing and leaving a review. We wouldn't be here without you.